When you signed the contract on your Freightliner Cascadia, you made a decision that nobody at the dealership explained to you. You did not just buy a truck. You bought into a system, a specific integrated ecosystem designed by one manufacturer, Daimler's Detroit brand, that connects your engine, your transmission, and your axles in a way that is genuinely impressive from an engineering standpoint and genuinely expensive from a maintenance standpoint when something goes wrong. Freightliner relies heavily on the Detroit Integrated Powertrain, Detroit engine, transmission, and axles, designed to work together. This integration allows components to communicate for maximum fuel efficiency and smoother operation. Geetahospitals. The integration is real. The DD15 engine, the DT12 transmission, and the Detroit axles communicate through a shared electronic control architecture that optimizes shift timing, torque management, and fuel delivery in ways that no mix-and-match powertrain can replicate. The Cascadia's real-world fuel economy advantage, the one that makes it the best-selling truck in America, exists in significant part because of this integration. The system works together, it works well, and it works exclusively. That last word, exclusively, is the word that costs Cascadia owner-operators money that they never modeled before signing. Exclusively means that when your DT12 transmission develops the shift hesitation problem this channel documented, the service event happens at a Detroit-authorized facility using Detroit parts at Detroit labor rates. Not at any of the 4,000 Cummins service locations that can service the Peterbilt 579's Cummins X15. Not at an independent shop that has experience with universal drivetrain components. At a Detroit-authorized location using a service ecosystem that serves one manufacturer's integrated system. Exclusively means that when your DD15 engine needs an injector at 2 in the morning in eastern Montana, the Cummins driver next to you can be at a certified shop by morning. You are calling Freightliner roadside to find out where the nearest Detroit-authorized service is and whether they have the specific parts for your specific engine in stock. Exclusively means that the Cascadia's fuel economy advantage, the one that made you choose it, was purchased at the price of the service flexibility that the Peterbilt 579 Cummins X15 provides through its universal service coverage. This is the Detroit lock-in, and this channel is going to show you exactly what it costs. Let me start with what the Detroit integration actually delivers. Because the lock-in has a genuine value side that belongs in the honest comparison before the cost side. The Detroit Integrated Powertrain's fuel economy claim is legitimate. The Cascadia competes directly with other popular owner-operator choices, including the Peterbilt 579, and typically offers better fuel economy but less customization options. Kenworth. The standard Cascadia's fuel economy advantage over the standard 579 configuration, without the Epic package, is documented and real. The integration between the DD15, the DT12, and the Detroit axles produces a specific efficiency at highway cruise that the non-integrated powertrain combinations cannot fully replicate. At current diesel prices, that fuel economy advantage translates into real money over a year of operation for the driver whose routes and loads are optimized for the Cascadia's specific efficiency profile. Fleet owners appreciate lower maintenance costs, affordable parts, and fewer breakdowns. The Freightliner Cascadia offers reliable uptime and excellent parts availability through Freightliner's network. American Journal of Transportation. This is the Cascadia's strongest competitive claim. The largest service network in North America, OEM parts mass-produced, interchangeable, and significantly cheaper, perfect for larger fleets. Geetahospitals. For the fleet operator with a centralized service operation, the Cascadia's service ecosystem is genuinely advantageous. Parts that are mass-produced and interchangeable across a fleet of hundreds of identical trucks produce maintenance economics that an individual owner-operator at retail pricing cannot access. The Detroit lock-in advantage is real. At fleet scale, with fleet pricing, with fleet service infrastructure. Now let me tell you what it costs at owner-operator scale. The Freightliner dealer will tell you the Detroit integration is the Cascadia's greatest strength. They will show you the fuel economy numbers. They will show you the DT12's automated shift optimization. They will not show you the specific cost comparison that the lock-in produces when a solo owner-operator experiences the maintenance events that fleet-scale maintenance economics absorb invisibly. The average major breakdown on a Freightliner Cascadia costs between $5,000 and $8,000 and can leave you sidelined for 3 to 5 days. TT News: $5,000 to $8,000, 3 to 5 days sidelined. This is the average, not the catastrophic event, the average. For a fleet operator, 3 to 5 days of downtime on one unit in a 100-unit fleet is approximately 3% capacity reduction. The financial impact is managed through load reassignment, operational reserve, and the fleet's collective maintenance budget that amortizes individual breakdown costs across the entire operation. For a solo owner-operator, 3 to 5 days of downtime is 3 to 5 days of zero revenue. Against a fixed monthly payment of approximately $3,200 to $3,400, against insurance that does not stop because the truck is at the dealer, against the cost of the breakdown itself. At one major breakdown event per year, which is a conservative assumption for a high-mileage owner-operator on a high-stress route, the owner-operator absorbs the repair cost plus 3 days of lost revenue at their average daily income. For an owner-operator generating $1,200 per operating day, that is $3,600 in lost income plus $6,500 in average repair cost, $10,100 in total breakdown event cost per average incident. The fleet operator with the Detroit integration advantage pays approximately $6,500 in repair cost and nothing in lost income. The owner-operator without the fleet's load reassignment capability pays $10,100 for the same event. The Detroit lock-in does not produce the same cost outcome at fleet scale and at owner-operator scale. It produces different outcomes, and the owner-operator gets the more expensive one. Now let me show you the specific maintenance cost comparison that the Detroit integration produces over 5 years against the Peterbilt 579 Cummins X15. Maintenance costs average $0.15 to $0.18 per mile for the Cascadia, including routine service and unexpected repairs. At 125,000 annual miles, the Cascadia's maintenance cost is between $18,750 and $22,500 per year. Over 5 years, between $93,750 and $112,500. The Peterbilt 579 with the Cummins X15 in a well-maintained operation produces maintenance costs in the range of $12,000 to $16,000 per year at comparable mileage. Over 5 years, between $60,000 and $80,000. The maintenance cost gap between the Cascadia and the 579 Cummins over 5 years, using the documented industry cost figures, is between $13,750 and $32,500 in favor of the Peterbilt. Call it $23,000 at the midpoint. Add the resale differential. Peterbilt commands a big premium price, but depreciates more slowly. There's a large community of Peterbilt enthusiasts who are willing to pay for a used model. Freightliner wins on short-term value, cheaper investment, but Peterbilt wins on long-term value, huge resale market. Geetahospitals. Resale price after 5 years of ownership and 780,000 miles. Around $20,000 to $30,000 for the Cascadia. The Peterbilt 579 in premium owner-operator specification with documented maintenance history generates between $50,000 and $75,000 at year 5 in the owner-operator secondary market. The resale gap, approximately $25,000 to $45,000 in favor of the Peterbilt. American Journal of Transportation. Total 5-year disadvantage of the Cascadia versus the Peterbilt 579 Cummins X15, combining maintenance cost premium and resale gap, between $38,750 and $77,500. Call it $54,000 at the midpoint across the full ownership cycle. $54,000 over 5 years. The Detroit lock-in's total cost to the owner-operator who chose the Cascadia based on its purchase price and fuel economy without modeling the maintenance cost premium and the resale gap. Now let me give you the specific, practical impact of the service ecosystem difference at the moments when it matters most. Peterbilt is widely regarded for its built-tough approach, designed for longevity, with robust chassis and heavy-duty components. Driver appeal is strong, with owner-operators who value customization and a distinct identity. Fleet Equipment Magazine. The Peterbilt 579 Cummins X15 driver, whose truck experiences an injector failure on a secondary highway in Wyoming, has access to one of approximately 4,000 Cummins certified service centers within a reasonable distance of almost any American freight corridor. The parts are stocked, the technicians are trained, the service happens on the driver's timeline rather than on the parts availability timeline. The Cascadia driver in the same scenario has access to Freightliner's dealer network, the largest Class 8 dealer network in North America. That network is genuinely extensive and genuinely well supplied on the primary freight corridors where the Cascadia was designed to operate. The vulnerability appears in the secondary corridors, the rural freight markets, and the specific failure modes, DEF system, DPF, DT12 shift actuator, that require Detroit-specific parts and Detroit-certified technicians rather than the universal service capability that Cummins certification provides. Freightliner, the Cascadia, is the pick when you care about MPG, cheap and easy maintenance, and finding parts and mechanics anywhere. Trade-off, ride quality. Even fans admit it can beat you up. Heavy-duty trucking. The driver community's honest assessment acknowledges both sides. The Cascadia is genuinely easy to service on the primary corridors where the Detroit ecosystem is well supported, and it delivers on its ride quality trade-off through its primary strength, the fuel economy that the Detroit integration enables. The driver who understands both sides, who knows the specific routes where the Detroit ecosystem's density matches the operational reality they will face, and the specific routes where it does not, makes the right decision between these trucks. The driver who hears only the fuel economy claim and the service network density claim without modeling the maintenance cost premium and the breakdown event cost differential makes a $54,000 decision without all the information. Now let me address the specific claim that makes this comparison most contentious in the trucking community. The Cascadia proponents' most powerful argument: the DT12 transmission's reliability at high mileage eliminates the transmission cost concern. Most owner-operators report trouble-free operation through 500,000 miles. The learning algorithm adapts to your driving style and route conditions. Major overhauls typically are not needed until 750,000 miles. Kenworth. This is a legitimate claim. The DT12 in standard long-haul highway operation on consistent routes does achieve high reliability at high mileage. The transmission's shift algorithm optimization genuinely does adapt to driving patterns and route conditions in ways that reduce mechanical stress at the shift points. This channel has documented the DT12's specific failure mode, the shift hesitation under variable owner-operator loads. But the documented failure mode is not universal. It is specific to certain operating conditions and certain load profiles. The Cascadia driver who runs consistent loads on consistent routes in the highway speed range where the DT12's optimization delivers its best results may never experience the failure mode this channel documented. Their DT12 may reach 750,000 miles without major service. And at that mileage, with the Cascadia's documented fuel economy advantage compounding, the total cost of ownership comparison may favor the Cascadia for that specific driver. This is the honest acknowledgement that the Peterbilt advocates in this argument consistently miss. The Cascadia's total cost of ownership advantage for the specific driver whose routes and loads match its design optimizations is real. The $54,000 disadvantage belongs to the driver whose operation exposes the maintenance cost premium and the resale gap, which is the majority of solo owner-operators, but not all of them. Here is the complete verdict. Freightliner's main advantage is the total cost of ownership, as their trucks are built to reduce maintenance downtime and fuel costs. For large fleets, this efficiency means higher profits. Peterbilt is known for premium craftsmanship and driver-focused interiors, and is a favorite among independent operators who take pride in their trucks. Overdrive. The industry's own analysis has been telling you the answer for years. The Cascadia's total cost of ownership advantage belongs to large fleets. The Peterbilt's advantage belongs to independent operators. The Detroit lock-in is not a flaw in Freightliner's engineering. It is a design choice optimized for the fleet buyer, the buyer who benefits from integration efficiency, fleet-scale parts pricing, and centralized service infrastructure. For that buyer, the lock-in produces the lowest possible total cost of ownership in a Class 8 truck. For the independent owner-operator who bought the Cascadia because it was the most popular truck and because the fuel economy numbers looked good, the lock-in produces a $54,000 premium over 5 years relative to the Peterbilt 579 Cummins X15. Not because the Cascadia is inferior, because the lock-in's cost structure is calibrated for fleet scale, and the owner-operator is paying fleet-designed costs at individual scale. The $54,000 question is whether the driver across from you at the dealer knew that when they signed. Most of them did not. If this channel gives you the number before the signature rather than after, subscribe and tell us in the comments which truck you drive, and whether the Detroit integration was part of your purchase decision.